Howdy, howdy. I have really lost some size. I got so sick for a couple weeks there. I had no appetite, zero. But doing better now. It's just that my energy levels have still not got back to what they were. But you know, happy about the progress. Getting impatient for sure. But such is life, right? Don't forget, we have our call tonight, our ER Shred Come Alive call. You can watch that live on my Facebook page, or you're welcome to join the, we put a post out every week. It's on my wall. You can go check it out. Thanks for doing those awesome posts, Joni. Those monthly group shred posts. And I know we just scheduled another couple, one for December and one for January. Those are always a lot of fun. But every day I'm making an effort to get out in the sun and get my feet on the ground. See my feet on the ground? And get my body, as much skin as possible in the sunshine, and just walking around, moving around, active meditation. And I thought it'd be a good opportunity today to just share some thoughts with you about coaching, because my thoughts on coaching have certainly evolved. And I've been doing this for 20 years. Oh, look at all these wonderful people I got on here. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Brad. How fun. Tracy. That's so fun, you guys. Good to be with you guys. So try to get, part of ER Shred is becoming more native, getting out in nature, getting your feet on the ground. When was the last time you put your bare feet on the ground? We actually, my new belief is that, we are kind of like, we're an animal. We're an evolved animal. And yet we've lost touch with, support. Had to turn off my Wi-Fi because I jumped off. But, it can also be a vice in terms of your ability to be overall well. So little things you can do, like I've stopped, I put my phone on airplane mode while I sleep. Most people plug their phone in right by their head, and they sleep with that phone right by your head. And you ought to do some research on why that's not a very healthy practice. You probably shouldn't have Wi-Fi on all the time. I've read these incredible stories of people who have chronic insomnia and anxiety and stress. And they try a little experiment. They'll go up into the mountains, get away from all the cell phone towers, and they go up in a really remote location where there is no Wi-Fi, there is no data coming in, shut off the phone and sleep like that and live like that for even just a couple days. It's like an overall complete reboot. I want to go do it badly, but we've been trying to implement little strategies to become more like our native ancestors. So for instance, on Sundays, we keep on building upon it, but Sundays is supposed to be like no electronics day, and we certainly haven't got there yet. But that's our ultimate goal, is that Sundays we don't go for electronics. We stay off electronics, and the children and everybody as well. So coaching. Hi, Brian. Coaching is, it's one of these things that it's kind of become a double-edged thing for me, because when I used to coach people, I would invest so much time and energy. And I got to tell you, I wouldn't be getting paid to do that per se. If I was to be paid based on the way that my business model works, if I was to be paid for 6% on the order of nutritional products, on the wholesale volume of those nutritional products, it's not a lot. And I look back at it and I go, dang, man, I gave a lot of those people a lot of time, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of my time, and they didn't really want it for themselves. And you can't want it for them. Anybody that's ever been a personal trainer for any length of time, you probably had to figure out this the hard way on your end, on your own, and that is that you can't want it for people more than they want it for themselves. So I just remember I was taught by my mentors, well, you got to give people, another good thing is to get the sun on your eyes, by the way. Don't wear sunglasses, but get the sun on your eyes. go more native. You'd be surprised. These little things, these little mechanisms actually add up and make a big difference. I hope you're not losing me too much, Joan. Are you losing me now? Because when I do drop, let's see if I just stay in one place for a minute, if I stop dropping. But anyways, the coaching. I've come full circle on the coaching, 100%, because my belief now, like, let me talk about the beginning and the formation of ER Shred. When ER Shred came into being, I had hit rock bottom. Crystal was pretty close to rock bottom as a vegan. And we were desperate. We needed something to work for us badly. And we were kind of at our wits' end. And when we met this health professional in Florida, and we worked with him, and he has no affiliation actually with ER Shred whatsoever. He's just an old friend of mine. I've known him for 20-somewhat years. But this individual, when we worked with him through elimination, that signal keeps dropping. When we worked with him on the elimination component, what we found was that it started working so quickly that we became more and more engaged and motivated naturally. It just started happening so fast. We started reclaiming our health so quickly. And that was the motivation to keep moving forward. We didn't need anybody to prod us along. We didn't need anybody to follow up with us constantly. We didn't need anybody to, check in all the time. Our motivation was so high and the result so significant that, in fact, that health professional, I wasn't paying him because he is a friend. And, Mac, if you watch this, thank you again for what you did for me. But again, I'm going to go up here. Again, the motivation was so high, coupled with the result being so significant, that what unfolded was we took control. Genuinely. We were empowered. Genuinely. Nobody was calling us every day. Nobody was telling us, are you doing this? Are you doing that? Are you doing this, that, and the other? We were vested. We were interested. We were motivated. And that's my new thing. Like, I don't expect to get everybody. And my whole thing is like, I know that, if I enroll 10 people, is a certain percentage of those people full of crap? Yes. A certain percentage of those people are fooling me and they're fooling themselves. And no matter how good I support them, and no matter how much I coach them, and no matter how much I follow up, they ain't going to keep going. Why? It's because they're not invested. They are not invested. See what I'm saying? Sorry that keeps cutting out. I just turned the Wi-Fi back on. So keep that in mind, that's where this is very unique and very different, is that you're looking for people who really want it. You're looking for people who really need it. You're looking for people that would, they're going to do it. And they're going to follow up with you, and they're going to say, hey, I'm doing this thing. And you're going to go, you are? Yes, I'm still doing it. I'm rocking and rolling, and I feel good, and I feel better, and this is better, and this is better, and this is improving. And you're going to go, oh my gosh, it's the phone calls you only ever dreamed of. You're going to be getting those phone calls as you share ER Shred with people. It's the phone calls and the follow-up posts and the follow-up comments of, totally changed. It totally changed me. I'm a changed person. I'm an improved version of myself thanks to you. That stuff's pretty good. That stuff's pretty awesome. So I'm not saying you shouldn't be available to people, but really the group is enough. The ER Shred group at ershredders.com, it's enough. It's amazing to support your customers. And guess what? If you find that people are begging for more and more and more and more and more and more and more, you know what? Those people, those needy people, if you got to pull all their puppet strings now, you'll be doing it a month from now. You'll be doing it 3 months from now. You'll be doing it 9 months from now. You'll be doing it 12 months from now. And you know what? That's not empowerment. That's them just being needy and wanting your attention and wanting to gripe and moan and bitch. You don't want them anyway. You want to find people that are going to be self-sufficient. You want to find people that want to be empowered and that will take the baton and run with it. So that's where we're coming from. That's part of our culture. Part of our culture is that everybody has to show up. And that's what we've been doing. Everybody has to show up, and everybody has been showing up. And if they need to take some time off and can't show up for a period of time, or if human nature kicks in and they drop off, we don't judge them. We don't judge them, but we're also not going to carry them. And so when the timing gets right for them and they come back around and they say, oh my gosh, the last 7 months, I let myself go all over again, but I'm here. We embrace them as part of our tribe and we support them all over again. But if for a second you think that we're going to coddle them and baby them, we're not, because it's not ours to carry. That's theirs to carry. Do you see what I'm saying? Empowerment means that we become independent. Empowerment means that we can thrive on our own. We have our tribe, and our tribe is supportive, and our tribe is very encouraging and loving and fun and kind and all the feel-goods. But if you stripped the tribe away, if you just took it away, could you still thrive? And our hope is that you could. If you can't, then you haven't fully bought into the ER Shred culture. The group is just such a bonus. It's just such a bonus, and it's just such a beautiful thing. But we want people going more simplistic, more native, more empowered, more independent, and less footprint on the earth. That's important. It's important that we start to look at things differently, and that you'll find that start to happen in your mind. It's almost like you become more in tune with your inherent native self, and you start to say to yourself, how much garbage am I contributing to the earth on a daily basis? How much waste? How much excess? How much of this, that, or the other goes down the drain? And where does that end up? And how does that affect my planet? How does that affect my water source? How does that affect other people? If we all started to make these shifts, you'd be surprised the difference we could make. Because why? Because we are herd animals. We do influence each other. And if you can get to a space where your impact on the earth is less, you're actually making a difference, others will pick up on that. And they'll start to say, you know what, that might be why they seem to be so centered. That might be why they seem to be so fulfilled. That fulfillment, it won't come from, more and more and more purchasing and consuming and garbage and waste and destruction. No, that fulfillment's going to come from you becoming more simplistic, more native, more natural. I'm telling you right now, the evolution of mankind is to go backwards now. Go backwards, and you'll find a lot more fulfillment. And then pass that on to others, but not from a place of self-righteousness, not from a place of I'm woke, and you're not woke. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Set an example, teach good principles, teach what's actually worked for you. Too many people, they always want to share the new in their life, and they really haven't played with it long enough to determine if it's going to stick for them. Nothing that I find more gross and annoying and repulsive, if you will, than someone, they just start doing something and then they preach it as if they've been doing it for years. And they preach it as if they're gonna do it forever. And then the next time you run into them, they've moved on from that thing that they were so drop dead committed to and serious about and concrete. They've moved on from that. It's on to the next thing, right? What does that say to your influence? What does that say to your sphere? What is that? I mean, have you ever processed, what does that say about you? And so my feeling is, don't go pitching and promoting and doing all these things unless you've been doing it for enough time to really see a benefit, and if you're committed to doing it long term. Those are the kinds of people we want. Okay. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.